Hello, YouTube and fellow comic book aficionados. I have with me today the brand new Before Watchmen Omnibus by DC Comics. This book collects every 5 to 6 issue miniseries of all our favorite Watchmen characters, leading up to the original Watchmen story by Alan Moore. Each miniseries has a different creative team, one of the more notable duos being Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo, who, as you know, are currently working on Batman Damned on DC's Black Label imprint. But this book has a slew of great writers and artists that I'm sure you've all heard of. We'll take a look at the credits page once we get into the book. But as you can see, here is the front cover of the dust jacket featuring Dr. Manhattan and Silk Spectre. Spine, and the back, and there's everything that this book contains. Like I said, every mini-series and a few one-shots, it looks like, so pause that if you want to read it more. Alright, so let's take the dust jacket off and take a look at the book. Okay, you get an F on this one, DC. Typical blank, black, boring board on the actual hardcover of the book itself. So much lost potential here. I know this series has a ton of really great artwork that they could have done a complete wraparound of the book itself, or just an image here, image on the spine, and an image on the back, but they chose to go with the boring blank black. It says Before Watchmen right here. It's embossed. I don't know if you can tell that. And the spine is looking very similar to the dust jacket. Nothing on the back. So here are all the credits, all the writers and artists and colorists that worked on this series. Some of the more notable writers are Brian Azzarello, Amanda Conner, Darwin Cook, John Higgins, J. Michael Straczynski, Len Wein, and some of the artists, Lee Bermejo, Darwin Cook, Adam Hughes, J.G. Jones, Andy Kubert, Jay Lee, Eduardo Risso, and a few others. So the talent on this book is incredible. There's your table of contents. Continued. So the way this book is laid out, I believe, is the chronological reading order of all the miniseries. So you get an issue of Silk Spectre, and then Rorschach, and then Dr. Manhattan, and so on, so on. You don't just read one miniseries all the way through and then go to the next one. That's Jay Lee art. So yeah, it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. And there's some Amanda Conner. She writes the Silk Spectre story and draws it, I believe. That looks like her art style. You know, she of course is known for the Harley Quinn, New 52, and Rebirth stuff. There's a Night Owl. Yeah. This book is in the main DC imprint, which is surprising because of the violence and the sex that are included in here. You know, there's the main DC logo on the spines, and not the Vertigo, DC Vertigo imprint, which you would think this book would fall perfectly under. Even the back of the dust jacket has the little suggested for mature readers on the down at the bottom. But I mean, this follows in the same vein as the original Watchmen comic, which had been it's the standard DC on the DC imprint, but I think it's actually getting moved to the Black Label one now. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this book follows the same vein as that. The more mature storytelling, more mature themes, violence and sex, and there's Rorschach, drawn by Bermejo. It's just beautiful. What I understand, the Rorschach series is the most well-liked, I believe. Definitely, I enjoyed it when I read it. He's just a badass character. So, and again, don't have a whole lot to say about the rest of this book. Haven't read it, anything but the Rorschach one. But definitely look forward to reading this. I try to read Watchmen at least once a year because it's one of my all-time favorite stories. Everything about it's just so perfect. So it'll be great to be able to read this entire omnibus and then go right into the main Watchmen story. I think that'll complement it really well. I know there's a little bit of controversy around this book, mainly from Alan Moore himself, and Watchmen purists, I guess you could call them, who don't believe that the original story needs any supplemental material, whether that be prequel or sequel stories. And again, this entire book they're all prequel stories to the Watchmen, original 12-issue Watchmen series. And then of course, Jeff Johns is writing the Doomsday Clock right now, which could be called a sequel to Watchmen. I know that's been kind of a slow burn, but its last couple issues have finally started to pick up. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. So I say more Watchmen content, the better. So we get through the bonus content. We get alternate covers. A lot of great artwork in here. Darwin Cook. And there's a lot of covers. Concept drawings. Sketches. Got a biographies page of all the creators. So there you have it. Before Watchmen, the Omnibus. I don't think I mentioned it before, but this book does have a $125 cover price, but I did not pay that. I got it off In Stock Trades the week it came out, so it was about $65. Now I think it's sitting right around like $72.50. So definitely pick it up if you're able to. It's just a beautiful, beautiful book to look at. Again, I'm a little disappointed with the choice of the design of the actual hardcover itself. Just the same boring blank black board. This book has such great artwork, and there's so much that they could have chosen from to put on the actual book itself, but you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. But otherwise, this book is just absolutely stunning. Pick it up if you can. Let me know what your favorite miniseries is down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment and subscribe. Do that whole thing. I will see you on the next one. Thanks.